Victoria, Father Marshall's here.
Thanks for coming, Father.
Victoria? You can begin whenever you're ready.
Viki, what's wrong?
You're doing the right thing, you know.
Oh, I know. I was telling myself that all day yesterday, but now that we're here in the daylight, I don't know. It seems as if we're about to violate some sort of sacred ground or something.
Well, Llana's love for Randolph was sacred, and I'm sure if we bring them together, even in death, it'll enable their love to go on.
I couldn't agree more. It's love that's brought us here today. What could be nobler than that?
It's up to you, Victoria, if you want to call the whole thing off.
No. No, I mean, Llana's come this far. I think it is time that she was reunited with the big love of her life.
Viki?
Ready for a good time?
Wow, kid, is that really you?
You like?
Yeah, now I know why they call the Wild West wild.
Well, you look pretty dangerous yourself, bullseye boss.
Oh, well, thank you, ma'am. Now, listen, kid.
Okay, boys and girls, today's a big day. This is do or die for old Arizona. Now, if we don't haul in the tourists by the busload for the big showdown, we might as well go pack our saddlebags and go back to waiting on tables in Phoenix. Now, let's give it all you got, okay? Yeah.
What I want to talk to you about. Last night, the guys had to sack out in the bunkhouse, but you girls got rooms in the hotel, right?
Yeah, well, we shared a bathroom down the hall, but other than that, it was nice. Why do you ask?
I was wondering, did you see any city slickers while you're there? Say a man with a baby or a woman with a British...
Bob, yeah, I'm sorry, but that mask has got to go.
Well, wait a minute, Dusty. This is part of my character. I can't do this. I mean, what kind of outlaw would I be without a mask?
I'm not saying you have to lose it, son. I'm just saying, here, exchange it. Try this one.
Thanks.
That one makes you look like the Green Hornet.
No, thanks. I'm about to burst my seam.
What about you, honey? You always were partial to my cooking.
Well, I'm not very hungry, Dad. I don't think I'm going to be very hungry until we find Michael Grant.
No count, Weasel. If I could get my hands on him, I'd take him out to the woodshed and show him what for.
Oh, we don't want to punish him. We just want to get the baby back, right?
That's right. That's right. We'll let the law deal with him in its own time. The important thing is we don't lose him now that we found him.
Well, at least you're here now, close to home, where I can help out. Brenda, honey, you know I would have been with you in Llanview if it wasn't for this ranch.
Papa, I know that, and you don't have to do any explaining to me. We all just want one thing here, and what I'm trying to figure out is how we're going to get it.
Listen, thanks to you, we got a place to start. You were the one who figured out that Max followed Gabrielle to Phoenix.
And you think she could lead us to Mr. Grant?
Oh, well, Max has a lot more faith in her than I do. He thinks that she has come here to get the baby and bring him back to me.
But you think it's just another one of her tricks?
Yeah.
Well, I don't blame you for that, huh? Not after all she's done.
All we've got to go on right now is Faith and, you know, my list.
Yeah, Larry's compiled a list of all the pediatricians in the area. He got it from the computer there at Llanview Hospital.
It's a shot in the dark, but chances are that Michael have brought the baby to a doctor in the area. Listen, I've had enough flapjacks and coffee. If you two will excuse me, I'm going to start checking off names here.
Okay, do you know the phone number here?
Hey, I'm a doctor. I got to steal, whatchamacallit, trap. You let your daddy pamper you, okay? And I'll call you if there's any news.
Okay.
All right. Take good care of her, Howard.
Will do, Doc. Hey, mind that rooster when you turn your car around. He thinks he owns the place. I like him.
I'm glad you approve, Papa.
Does my heart good to see that you found yourself such a fine man. At least one of my kids is on the right track.
Why didn't somebody wake me? Could have wasted the whole darn day in bed when there's work to be done.
Tyler McGillis, just what do you think you're doing?
What somebody should have done a long time ago, Pa. I'm gonna hunt down Michael Grant and make him pay for what he's done to my sister.
Okay, Dusty, gather the troops. Time for our final rehearsal.
Now, you heard, Clem. Let's get this show on the road.
Wait, hold on, not so fast. There's been a slight change in plans. You read your script.
Yeah, 20 yaps, 20 nopes. I figure if Gary Cooper can do it, I can too, I reckon.
Well, I'm not talking about your dialogue. I'm talking about the action. Instead of coming through that door and having the showdown down here on the floor, I want to try something a little different.
Well, you're the boss. Shoot.
Shoot is the word. Now, you make your entrance up at the top of the stairs there, okay? I'll be down here playing a friendly game of cards.
Let me guess. You got a poker hand, aces and eights? It's called a dead man's hand, right?
Right. Only I won't be the one doing the dying. Now, you challenge me, but being a peaceful man, I'll refuse. But you draw anyway. But I'm too fast for you, and I shoot you stone dead.
Guess that's why they call me Bullseye Bob. I'm a target.
You got a problem with that?
No, you hired me on as an actor, and Dan gracefully goes with the territory.
I couldn't put it better myself.
Yeah, I do have one question about the staging, though. You don't expect me to come tumbling down these stairs, do you?
Of course he don't. Do you, Clem? We ain't paying old Bob here fancy stunt money.
No, you got that right, Dusty. This here's gonna be safe as crossing the street holding on to your mama's hand. It's real simple, Bob. See what you do. When I shoot you, you stagger against that balcony railing up there. It's strong enough to hold your weight and to give you a nice and melodramatic moment before you breathe your last.
Now, you can handle that, can't you, Bob?
Yeah, I reckon I can. You don't mind if I check out that railing first?
Oh, heck, be my guest, sure. And I'll sit down here and we can have a little run-through, all right, Dusty? You get everybody in their places, okay?
Knock 'em dead, Bob.
I wish you hadn't used that word.
Whenever you're ready, Bullseye. And I notice you, and I say my line. Something tells me you didn't come here to play cards, Bob.
Something tells me the same about you, Sheriff. I play for keeps, winner take all.
That's good. Okay, now, Dusty comes in with his line. He says, hit the deck, boys, it's a showdown. Everybody scatters. Now I rise. And then you say your last line.
It's your call, Sheriff.
Say your prayers, Bob, if you know how. Bang. Then you make like Jack Palance in the last reel of Shane and breathe your last. Any questions?
Nope.
Glad to hear it. All right, Dusty. Why don't you get Bob here and the boys out there, get them ready for the big Welcome to Old Arizona parade down Main Street, all right?
Okay, you heard the boss. Put on your best smiles and get set to meet the multitude. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
How's it going, Llana?
Almost done, Clem. When the barroom brawl starts, this chair will break just like it's supposed to.
You forget the damn chair. I got more important work for you to do.
interference.
You gave me no choice. I've got to get this child back to his mother.
My child. Get that through your head. Belle, I need you. Give it to me. Give him to me now. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay, Garrick. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, you're with Daddy now. That's all right. I'm never going to let you go. This woman is not going to separate us. You hear me?
Mr. Grant, is everything all right?
Oh, it is now. Garrick is, he's hungry, though. I know you have rehearsal this morning, but,
Oh, don't give it a second thought. I've got my part down pat. Besides, there's nothing I'd rather do than give baby Rick his body. Come here, lover.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh.
You bring him back as soon as you're done, right?
Yes, sir. Just like always. Come on.
There is a woman who knows how to treat a child. She treats him with kindness and respect and tenderness. She doesn't try and separate him from the ones that he loves.
Brenda loves him.
Forget Brenda.
Brenda is his mother.
Stop saying that! What are you trying to do to me? You are daring me. You are begging me to hurt you. Would you stop it?
Michael, you're the one that's hurting. Deep down inside, you know what you have to do, but you're fighting it. That's why it is so hard.
No, you are completely wrong. You have never understood me, and that has been your biggest mistake. And if you don't start being a little more careful, you are going to pay a terrible price for that mistake.
You say that I don't know you at all, but you're wrong. I know that you are a good man, and I know that you won't hurt me.
You have a very short memory, don't you?
Michael, you were out of control that night. You lashed out in anger.
And it could happen again.
Yes. Yes, you could threaten me and you could lock me up, but what would the price be? Michael, I see the tension that you live under. I see how this running and hiding has taken its toll on you.
Yes, well, at least I have my son. And it's a small price to pay for a little bit of tension, isn't it?
How long are you going to be able to keep him? If you insist on keeping me prisoner, you will bring a whole army of police down around this place.
Oh, you were never any good at bluffing.
This isn't a bluff. I told you that I jumped bail. As soon as the police realize that I'm not in Llanview, they will be scouting the whole entire area, and that will lead them straight to you and the baby.
Well, they haven't found us yet, and they are not going to find us.
You are a very clever man. You have a lot of money at your disposal, but how long is that going to hold out? And I'm not just talking about supplies and shelter. Michael, I'm talking about your emotional state, your nerves. You pushed them.
Just stop it! You're wrong about all of it. Garrick and I are going to get away, and we are going to be safe. Okay, you are right about one thing. I am not going to hurt you because I am not going to let myself hurt you. Do you hear me? When my son and I get out of here, I'm going to make arrangements for you to go free, to be released.
Free?
Yes, free. To go back to Pennsylvania and face up to these punishments that you say you are so ready to deal with.
Punishment doesn't scare me. But what you're about to do does.
Does it? Well, those are brave words. I wonder if you can live by them.
I can. If Brenda is reunited with her son.
Well, what an amazing transformation we have here. The Gabrielle Medina as Mother Teresa.
I'm no saint. I just want to make amends for the damage that I have done.
Well, guess what? It's too late. The world was at your feet. We could have had an incredible life together, but you had to just throw it out the window, didn't you? And for what? For Max Holden. Well, he's all yours now. But I will make one accurate prophecy. He will never love you like I did.
Well, it's a simple job. All you need is your saw and some carpenter's glue.
No, I don't get it, Clem. This railing looks just fine to me.
That's the point. I want you to make an adjustment. I want you to turn this railing into one of your patented breakaway jobbies.
Yeah, but according to the script, Bullseye Bob is
Yeah, I
supposed
know. Bullseye Bob staggers into this thing and he dies, but we want his death to be as dramatic as possible, don't we?
Yeah, it's a long way down. I mean, if Bob goes through this railing, he could break his neck.
No, I appreciate your concern, Lon, but you know that new fellow we hired, Bob, he's one crackerjack stunt man. I mean, he asked me himself if he could take a swan dive off this landing.
I don't know, Clem. I mean, I still think it'd be a lot safer.
I don't pay you to think. You just make sure this thing is done before the showdown.
I know that you think I've come here to cause trouble, but I haven't. That doesn't mean I go along with what you're doing, because I don't.
Clint.
But I know how important this ceremony is to you. And just because I don't share your feelings doesn't mean that I can't respect them.
Thank you, sweetheart. But if you don't want to be here, I don't want to force you to.
You're not forcing me. You're not forcing me, honey. This is a moment I want to share with my wife. We do share things, remember? The hard as well as the easy.
I don't know how you manage to do it all the time.
Do what?
Every time we reach some sort of an impasse, some sort of a barrier that I think we'll never get across, you just wave it aside as if it's nothing.
Well, I guess that's what they mean by love, honor, and cherish. Isn't that right, Father?
In the truest sense, Clint, indeed it is.
Well, if you folks don't mind, I'll join you.
Of course, Clint.
Thanks, Roger. Well, if you give me the key, I'll open the door.
Darling, thank you, but if you don't mind, I think opening that particular door is something that I should do for myself.
Honey? Why are you hesitating?
Well, what we're doing seems to call for a prayer or a blessing or something. Don't you think, Father?
Of course. Let us pray. Give rest, O Christ, to your servants with your saints, where sorrow and pain are no more, neither sighing, but life everlasting. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Okay. Let's go.
No, I'm not going to say this twice, son. You put that gun down.
Oh, please. Tyler, I appreciate you wanting to help me, but this isn't the way to do it.
Brenda, I know how to handle myself. I'm not scared of Michael Grant.
I didn't say you were scared of Michael Grant, Ty, but he is not our enemy.
He's got your baby, doesn't he? He's not going to give him back.
Tyler, you are my brother, and I love you so much, and if you want to help me, you put the gun down now.
And leave Michael Grant holding all the cards? No, Brenda.
Listen, he is desperate. I know that, but he isn't going to hurt the baby. Now, you go out there, and he starts feeling like he's trapped or pushed into the corner or something, and I'm afraid that something will happen then.
Now, you listen to your sister, Tyler. She knows the man.
Pa, I don't have to know him to know he's a mad dog.
He is not a mad dog. He is just really scared and confused right now. So now, would you please trust me and let me deal with this? I know the way, too, is to make him understand, not to go out there with a loaded shotgun. Please, Tyler.
All right. I won't go gunning for him.
Thank you very much.
But this whole darn mess never would have happened if...
If what, Tyler?
Nothing, forget it.
You still blame me, don't you, boy?
Blame you, Papa. What have you done?
When you wrote to us about your troubles, your brother wanted to fly back to Llanview to help you out.
Well, yeah, and I really appreciate that, but I understand that you got school and you got all the work here with Pa.
I told him that, but it just doesn't seem to penetrate.
That's because I never should have left Llanview to start with. I begged you to let me stay when Brenda and I went there to visit, but no. You always know best.
Now, you watch your language, young man.
Look, well, she wanted to know, so I'm telling her.
I want to know what's going on around here. You two have always gotten along so well, and then all of a sudden I come... Is it me? Is it something... I mean, is it...
No,
here?
don't you believe that. This is just a stubborn young mule who won't take no for an answer.
Well, thanks a lot for understanding, Pa.
You're welcome. And I'll appreciate your not bothering your sister with any more of your nonsense. She has got more important things on her mind.
Pa, he's not bothering me. I want to help
Brenda,
if I
Brenda,
can. No.
Pa's right. You're the only one who matters right now. Look, I'll go get some maps of the area. Maybe it'll help us narrow the search.
Tyler, just wait a minute. Can I just... know what's going on around here.
Excuse me, Belle, isn't it?
That's right. I'm in a big hurry, if you don't mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't help but notice how loaded down you are. I thought maybe I could give you a hand.
I've got it, thanks.
Are these diapers?
Yes.
I didn't know we had any babies in the show.
We don't.
I didn't know there were any babies to any of the staff members either. Dusty said everyone that works here at Old Arizona is either fresh out of school or single.
What of it?
Oh, I was just curious. They got me wearing a mask already. I'm not going to be wearing one of these soon, I hope.
Probably fit. But like I said, we don't have any babies. We're just trying to economize every way we can, and these cloth diapers are a lot cheaper than the cloths we were using in the infirmary.
Oh, well, that explains it then. I really didn't mean to pry.
That's okay. Mr.
Bob Mooney. Listen, let me make up to you for sounding so nosy. Let me give you a hand.
It's okay, I've got it. I've got to hurry and drop him off before the show starts. But I'll probably see you around, Bob.
Yeah. Hey, Dusty, look, I got a bad blister on my trigger finger. Is there someplace I can get this looked at?
I got some bandages in my saddlebag. I'll fix you right up.
No, thanks, really. I would like to have a nurse or somebody look at this. We have an infirmary, don't we?
In a hotel.
Great, thanks.
But that's off limits to the staff, remember?
Yeah, but this is
I'm
real bad.
sorry, Bob. But for a little thing like a blister, you got to make do. That infirmary's strictly for emergencies.
Another one of Clem's rules?
No, this came straight from the owner. Hey, where's the brass band? How can we have a parade without a brass band?
No more excuses, Clem. I want those passports, and I want them as soon as possible. Do you hear me?
I'm doing the best I can, Mr. Grand, sir, but it's going to cost a small fortune to arrange for new passports.
I don't care what it costs. I want to be out of the country as soon as possible with my son. Do you understand?
All right, sir. I'll light a fire underneath.
You do that.
Oh, Mr. Grand, sir?
What?
I hate to be the one always bringing the bad news, but,
Tell me how much you need.
No, this ain't got nothing to do with money, sir. You know that lady who showed up here last night?
Gabrielle.
Yeah, well, she weren't the only one that followed me here from Llanview, sir. You know that fella tried to stop me in the airport?
Max?
Yeah, well, he's over at the saloon right now, just as big as life. And I'm awful sorry, sir, but Dusty'd already hired me before I even knew he was here. But look, don't you worry. I got things totally under control.
Yeah, it doesn't reassure me very much.
No, you just take my word for it.
No, never mind about your word. So he's here after all. But he hasn't figured out where I am yet, I bet.
No, sir. And he never will. On that you can rely.
Oh, darling. Oh, it's so dark and musty in here.
Well, nobody's been in here for years, honey.
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I would like some light. So let me see if I can't find one.
I'm sorry that I ever suggested this. I think we should get out while we still can.
Megan, honey, there's absolutely nothing to be afraid of.
No.
There. You see? Look around. There are no ghosts, no evil spirits. Just your ancestors, immortalized in bronze and marble.
I shouldn't have brought everyone here and disturbed the peace. I think we should just all leave before we cause any more trouble.
Megan, we're here to do something good, something right and proper. You should be proud that it was your idea.
Well, I was until we got here. Dad, you of all people should understand. Don't you remember what happened when you walked into the Gordon family crypt in Eterna?
No, Megan, what we're here to do has nothing to do with what happened to me in Eterna.
Your father is right. Eterna was a nightmare for everyone concerned. This is a happy day. This is the ending of a love story, a happy ending.
Yes.
Come here, let me show you something. Look up there. Now, over there and down there, that's my grandfather and grandmother, your great-grandparents. They would have adored you, and you would have loved them.
You're smiling.
Of course I'm smiling. I always smile when I think of them. There's my Uncle Arthur Henley, Lord.
Was he that bad?
No, he was that good. He built the library. He built the junior high school. My father used to call him the white sheep of the family. I don't know why.
Speaking of your father.
Yeah. There was a long period when just being in his presence like this would have terrified me, but no more. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often interred with their bones. So let it be with Victor, Lord.
Amen.
Well, there's the old blushing bridegroom over there.
No, darling, he's right. It is a sort of a wedding day for Randolph. After all, he was the first person to occupy this room, and he's been lying there for years, waiting patiently for his Llana to join him. And now she can, thanks to you. I think you should be glad.
Well, now that you put it that way.
I hope Jenny understands. She was a great lady. The very best.
So, Clint, you talk like you knew her personally.
Well, in some ways, I kind of think I did.
Well, all I can say is Randolph must have been quite a man himself to have two such fascinating women in love with him.
No, Randolph, you juggled two when you were alive, and now you're dead. Just a saint.
No, Margot, there are no saints in here. Just people who had their frailties and their failings, but they had their hopes and their disappointments.
And their love, same. That's the empty vault, the one that's been waiting for Llana all these years. Shall we?
I'll tell the men that they can bring her coffin inside.
Thank you, Father. Marco, be my guest.
Don't mind if I do. I've been waiting to use this thing.
Well, Pa, I don't understand. He's always been such a great student.
Great? Listen, that brother of yours could write his own ticket to any college in the country. He's had scholarship offers from every university you can think of.
Well, that is terrific. So I don't understand what the problem is here.
The problem is his attitude. He knows what I want for him, and he's throwing it away just to be ornery.
I find that very hard to believe, Pa. He is devoted to you. You know that.
Yeah? Well, he sure has a funny way of showing it. All I have ever wanted for that boy was a chance for him to get away from this ranch and to use his God-given brain and his talents to make something special out of himself. A doctor, lawyer, architect, you name it. But not Tyler. Oh, no. He says he wants to have adventures. Whatever the blazes that means.
I think that means that he's 18.
Well, then it's time he grew up. I did not put these gray hairs in my head so that he could have adventures. I want something better for my boy than what I had.
Then why don't you talk to him, Pa?
Well, I'm all talked out. And besides, you've got enough on your mind without taking on your brother's trouble.
I have been doing nothing else but thinking about my own problems. You know that? And I feel like I have completely missed out on what's going on in this family.
Honey, take it from me. The only thing you've missed out on is a lot of arguments around the dinner table.
Well, see, that goes with the territory. I feel like I've missed out on my little brother growing up, and I want to be a part of that.
Hey, maybe one of these maps here will help lead us to Michael Grant and Brenda's baby.
Well, we'll just have a look at those maps, won't we?
All of us.
Oh, there you go. I appreciate it.
All right, Garrick. Good way to start off the day, huh? A bath, a nice bath from Belle. What do you say?
You know, I'd almost forgotten the way that you have with him. All he has to do is look at you and he lights up.
It's called love, Gabrielle, something that you wouldn't understand.
You're wrong. I love him very much. I looked after him for months when he had a cold and fevers. He's a part of me, too.
Yeah, well, some of us hold on to the people that we love. Isn't that right, Garrick? Huh?
You know, I've been thinking long and hard about what you said. How I threw away a beautiful dream for Max.
Oh, I don't want to hear about this.
Well, I need to tell you. You made me see how stupid I was. Max has always had a way of getting to me. And yes, I allowed myself to be swayed because of his charm and his promises.
Isn't that fine? He's all yours now.
I don't want him. Michael, don't you see? I was consumed with guilt for switching the babies. I desperately needed to be forgiven. Max gave me that hope, and I jumped at it. But it was a false hope. In my desperation, I completely forgot how much your tenderness and your love means to me.
You made your choice.
Was the wrong choice. As soon as I was arrested, I should have realized that's exactly what Max wanted. His caring for me stopped. my feelings for him also stopped. It was finally, Michael, they finally died.
This is just another one of your tricks.
No, it's not a trick and it's not a lie. If I go back to Llanview with or without the baby, I'm gonna lose everything. I face a very long prison sentence. I'll lose you, Garrick, and I will be denied my very own son.
Yeah, well, maybe you should have thought of that a little earlier, don't you think?
Well, I am thinking of it now, because you are making me think of it. Maybe it is too late to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway, because I really want to make up for my past mistakes. I need your forgiveness. Will you forgive me? Michael, will you take me with you and Garrick when you escape?
Well, I suppose that you have manipulated me so successfully on so many occasions that you just can't help thinking that you can do it again easily.
I am not trying to manipulate anything. I want to go with you and Garrick. You're going to find a new home, a safe home, right? But that child is going to need a mother's love. He's going to need the care and gentleness that I could provide.
He's going to need somebody that he can rely on, somebody he is going to be there for him, not just when it is expedient and convenient for that person.
Don't you think I understand that? Be sensible and reasonable, Michael. You've got days and weeks of travel ahead of you. How are you going to face all the questions that are going to come up?
I can handle them.
Oh, how? With these false identification papers that you're waiting for? Well, those are only going to expose you. Single man traveling with baby, that's exactly what the authorities are looking for.
And I suppose that you can protect me?
Yes, my being with you protects you. No one would think of questioning an ordinary family, but if you go on your own, you are bound to tip someone off.
But I've outrun them so far, haven't I?
So far, yes, but the police have resources countrywide. Sooner or later,
No, I have my own resources.
Michael, all the money and all the people that you know, it isn't going to be enough because sooner or later, the time is going to come where you're going to have to leave that child alone for a few minutes, a few hours. Who are you going to get to look after that baby that you can trust who isn't going to turn you in?
Better to trust a stranger than somebody like you, who has betrayed me once and if given the chance, would betray me again.
How can I make you see? It was Max who turned me against you, but I'm free of him now. Michael, now it's just you and me and Garrick.
No. No. It's just more lies. That's all it is.
Michael, I promise you.
No promises! No promises! Nothing but words to you. Empty, meaningless words. No more. I am taking my son, and we are getting out of this God-forsaken country, and nothing that you can do or say is going to stop us.
Tyler. Look, I know, Pa says the same thing. Why would a man hide out with a baby in the desert? But that's just it, Brenda. Michael Grant could have arranged for some temporary shelter out there. Then once the search cools, he hightails it out with your kid. You're just like Pa. You think I'm full of it.
No. I think you're full of something, and it seems to me it's like anger and resentment, and boy, I wish you'd talk to me and tell me why.
Look, let's just stay with the map. We're trying to find your boy.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten about that. But what is this? Paul told me something about you not taking your scholarship to school.
Figures he's saying stuff behind my back.
Tyler, he just cares so much about you, and so do I. Listen to me, you are my brother, and I love you so much, and you have always trusted me, and you have always talked to me, and I wish you would now. I mean, I really want to talk to you.
Okay, I got something. Not great, but at least it's a step in the right direction.
What do you mean? Did you have a lead on Michael and the baby?
Better than that. I found someone who's actually seen him. Now, one of the doctors on this list, he suggested that perhaps Michael would probably want to take the baby to some doctor in an out-of-the-way spot. So he suggested I talk to a Dr. Davis, who has a small practice in a town outside of Phoenix. And I did. I called Davis. He was able to identify Michael, even though he's grown a beard and he's changed his appearance. He's also going under the name of Lindquist.
So wait a minute, this Davis guy, he's absolutely positive that was Michael and the baby. This is incredible. I mean, this is like our first lead.
Honey, wait a minute. Don't get your hopes too high. Apparently, Michael gave a phony address and phone number.
Oh, God.
So when Davis tried to call him, he found out there was no listing for Lindquist.
All right, so we're not really that much closer than we were this morning.
No, but what's the name of the little town? Do you remember?
Yeah, Indian Waters, something like that.
What, do you know where that is?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, no, I thought I knew every place around here.
Wait a minute, is it on the map?
Oh, wait, Larry, could the name have been Indian Springs?
Indian Springs, that's it, yeah.
Where is it? Is it here?
Yeah, just barely, right here in the middle of the desert. And if Michael Grand wanted to find an isolated spot, he couldn't have done much better than that. I mean, there's nothing around for miles. Except that old theme park. Remember?
Theme park?
What?
It's some old tourist trap called Old Arizona. It's fallen on hard times lately, and there's hardly anyone there except maybe a busload or two of tourists and the staff that runs the place. Just some buildings and some played-out ranches.
It'll be a perfect place to hide with the baby.
God, you were absolutely right. I can't believe it. That's exactly where he's hiding until this thing blows over, Ty.
Oh, hey, we could speculate about it all day. I say we jump in the Jeep and head out there right now.
Yep.
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah, whoa, wait a minute. I want you to stay here and answer the phone.
Oh, Brenda, come on. You need me out there. I know that whole area.
I know, but I can read a map, and Larry knows how to drive the Jeep.
You're worried I'm going to start a fight.
I just want you to stay here and answer the phone in case Max comes. Please, Tyler, if you want to help me, just do this for me, okay? Please.
All right. But if you get in any trouble, you need back.
We'll call you, Tyler. I promise we'll call. Come on, Brenda. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah, the parade went great, but now the main event's coming up. You all know what that means.
Yeah. Bob, isn't this exciting? An honest-to-goodness showdown, and you're the star. Aren't you nervous?
Nervous? Me? Whoever gave you that idea?
You better steady that shooting hand before the action begins, or else you'll be a goner.
Well, that's the whole idea, isn't it?
I'm sorry?
Well, your death scene. Oh, don't worry, it's going to be just realistic as possible. Well, you know, the breakaway railing there at the top of the stairs. Man, you have got to be some kind of a stuntman to take a fall like that. Clem, he said you'd ask for a personal, so I was real glad to oblige.
Clem told you what?
Well, he said that you wanted to have...
All right, Dusty. It's showtime. You heard Clem, everybody. Places. Let's go.
That means you too, Bob. Break a leg.
Oh, check this out. Looks like there's something already in here.
What, somebody else is already in Llana's vault?
The question is who?
Just a moment. Victoria, would you mind if I took a look?
By all means, Marty, please.
Well, it's just as I thought. This isn't an urn that's used for a burial. It appears to be a vase.
Well, what's in it?
No ashes, just papers.
This is so strange. Well, let's take a look.
No, don't.
Viki?
No, I wasn't afraid until now. I don't want anyone to look in those papers. God only knows what they are.
Michael, I'm not trying to stop you. I want to go with you.
I know exactly what you want. I have known it since the moment you walked in that door. You want to steal my son, and you're not going to get away with it.
Garrick, it's all right.
Come here, sweetheart.
What are you doing?
Oh, sweetie pie, it's okay. It's all right. Do you remember me? It's right. I used to roll you around the nursery and play games. That's all right. And I used to sing to you, and you would stop crying, and you'd go to sleep. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. Mama's gonna sing you a lullaby. Doesn't that prove anything to you?
No, I do it all the time.
Little babies need a mother and a father.
This baby gets everything he needs from me.
Not everything. Michael, I came here to take Garrick back to Brenda. That's true, I won't deny it. But if you're going to make that impossible for me to do it, then let me help you. Let me be a mother to this child.
They ain't exactly busting down the doors to get in, are they?
You know, it says here, authentic flavor of the Old West. Authentic my Aunt Matilda.
Well, howdy, son. You, never see a real cowboy before?
No, I'm not looking one now either. Welcome to the Slim, where you been keeping yourself now?
I beg your pardon?
Well, you used to be one of our regulars. Now, don't worry, we won't tell the missus. It'll just be our little secret.
I think we've had enough of this. Let's go, Charles.
Oh.
Sorry, folks. Ain't nobody goes no place. Somebody just robbed the last National Bank.
What?
Oh. Yeah, now stay calm. I don't want to alarm nobody, but they say one of the low-down varmints is headed this way. Old Bullseye Bob himself.
Bullseye Bob? What do we do, Sheriff?
Well, all the ways out of town is covered. He's got to show himself here sooner or later. Barkeep, set up a round of drinks on the house.
All right.
Yeah. Right. Piano man, play us a little music. Dusty. Yeah. Deal me out a hand of 7-card stud.
No, man, Sheriff, you are one cool customer.
Dad, look up there. It's Bullseye Bob.
Something tells me you didn't come here to play cards, Bob.
Something tells me the same about you, too, Sheriff. I play for keeps. Winner take all.
Everybody hit the deck. It's a showdown.
Oh, boy, here we go.
I think somebody's gonna die.
Your call, Sheriff.
Say your prayers, Bullseye. You know how.
Sheriff, look, he's a-getting away.